This is your morning in 8 minutes. Burning is once again allowed in East Tennessee after days of burn bans.
But it already really hit hardest areas of Hurricane Helene. Fallen trees and other debris are creating an entirely different problem now. The mess is raising concerns it may be a wildfire risk. Forestry crews point to the spots in the forest where winds toppled large number of trees as the toughest part of this. Here's the issue. All the debris keeps bulldozers out, which can be some of the biggest helps in fire danger. Now, currently there is some work being done to clean up, but mostly it's just going to have to burn and potentially rot in the future. The silver lining with this, all those trees that got knocked down should rot quickly, so there's hope that they won't be an issue for long. Meanwhile, communities in Middle Tennessee are picking up after 4 tornadoes touched down there over the weekend.
The storms leaving a lot of damage in their wake. Take a look. This is the scene in Maury County last night where people say they feel blessed to be alive. One family described hearing a freight train. Then their house just exploded. Their daughter, who lives maybe 300 yards away, says her house wasn't even touched. The storm powerful enough to take debris up to 2 miles away. Well, spring is here, which means the dogwoods are starting to bloom in Knoxville. And
it's the first day of the Dogwood Arts Trails opening up. They've been doing it for 70 years now. It totals 13 trails, 90 miles of trail to see all the beautiful dogwoods bloom in Knoxville. Now, an iconic spring celebration in Knoxville. The trail started back in the 50s after some harsh criticism of our city. A reporter writing Knoxville was the ugliest city in the country, giving us the term the scruffy city there. Our Erin Rogers, she's out on one of those trails this morning. We'll hear from her more coming up on the CW Knoxville.
And this morning, a driver is now facing charges at a Friday morning crash in Sevier County. John Calloway is accused of driving past a school bus stopped on East Union Valley Road and hitting a student. The child was hurt but is expected to recover. Calloway is charged with reckless endangerment and passing a stopped school bus. A final scramble is underway ahead of tomorrow's planned unveiling of President Donald Trump's sweeping new tariffs.
It involves efforts to mitigate impacts, prepare regulatory measures, and control messaging. The U.S. Senate is expected to take up a resolution aimed at blocking tariffs on Canadian goods. Only a small handful of Republicans say they might join Democrats in supporting it, but others are voicing concerns. Countries including South Korea, China, Japan, they're preparing to retaliate against the U.S., and the final part of today's scramble involves messaging. The U.S. stock market is coming off its worst quarter in years, and Goldman Sachs says a recession is now more likely. But President Trump and his allies promise a bright future and more domestic manufacturing. And as this morning goes on, thousands of East Tennessee families who rely on food assistance may face some shortages after major federal funding cuts.
Second Harvest Food Bank says they're already seeing an impact. Several truckloads of food that were supposed to be sent to the food bank have been canceled by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. That's more than 400,000 pounds of food worth more than $700,000. The food is funded through a federal program that's paused for review now. 90% of Second Harvest food pantry partners rely on this specific program. They tell us this cut comes at a time when our community really needs the help. Currently, they're asking you to donate money or food if you can. If you feel called to donate, we've got the information inside your WVLT News app. And the high prices of eggs may be beginning to crack.
Last week, the wholesale price for white large eggs fell 26 cents to $3 per dozen. This all coming from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, but prices at grocery stores are nearly double still. Experts say grocery stores have also kept prices high to recover lost profits. In the month of March, last month, prices have consistently come down each week due to a variety of factors. But with Easter and Passover coming up, the demand for eggs is expected to rise.
And a food manufacturer has pulled more than 212,000 pounds of egg substitute from store shelves. This is because the products could contain bleach. The items included in the recall are 32-ounce cartons of Egg Beaters Original, Cage-Free Original, and Cage-Free Original frozen liquid egg substitutes with certain use-by dates. Bob Evans Better in Eggs, made with real egg whites, is also part of this recall. If you have any of this in your fridge or freezer, throw it out. And a warning for parents this morning as you get ready to head out the door. Sevierville police want to make sure your child's car seat's safe.
They say some officers have seen car seats lately that don't meet the federal standards. Police say there are some red flags when you're shopping online for car seats. Here's what you need to know. For instance, if it doesn't have a manual or manual is very short. Also, if the seat has a logo or symbol but no manufacturer name. And if the car seat is a big saving from other models. Now, we have a list of more red flags to watch out for inside that WVLT News app. Just tap on the As Seen On section of your WVLT News app.
6:55, heading out the door. We want to get a check of that first alert traffic with Olivia.
Yeah, guys, some good news. It is still looking good out there. We're going to take a look at some of those morning commute hotspots. So first, I-40 at Watt Road, east and westbound lanes moving. We're starting to see a few more cars in this area, but no issues. I-75 at Merchant Drive, southbound lanes is starting to slow down, but traffic is still moving there, so that's some good news. I-640 at Western Avenue, westbound lanes look great. We'll take one more look closer to downtown at 40 at Hall of Fame Drive, east and westbound lanes up to speed at the moment.
Walking out the door to layers of a misty fog, clouds draped across our area. Even right here, you can see that cloud cover. It's actually slightly higher than it was, meaning we're starting to try to at least lift this off. This will help to then burn off, get rid of that low cloud cover fog combo across our area and improve our views. It's actually like a little bit of a blanket though, just been slowly cooling while you were sleeping or while you're trying to stall on leaving. The sunrise is still about 30 minutes out and we are at 44 in Knoxville, 42 Morristown, 41 Oneida, and 31 in Crossville. Of course, it feels cooler. Don't forget that. We've got a cool breeze this morning. That's going to stick around all day, but this morning the wind chill is actually 39 in Knoxville. So that jacket really does come in handy to kick off your day. As we go through the day, we're going to continue with more sunshine as the day rolls on. Seasonable temperatures in those mid to upper 60s this afternoon with that beautiful afternoon. So definitely something to look forward to there despite the chill. Tonight will be that first step in change. One, we'll have these clouds flowing in, little stray rain trying to develop. Like I said, the winds will be light in the valley still, 50 Knoxville. Winds stirring along the plateau, you're closer to 60 along with the mountains. Very important to keep that in mind. Next couple of days, winds and warmth dominate this first alert forecast until soggy conditions return. I'm tracking that out on the CW.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. We're headed over to the CW Knoxville. Hope to see you there.